G'day again. So, back for another one. So, if we've got this one and the question says, solve this. Let's rub out that because we know what we're doing now. We've done this a few times. Here's your question. Solve that quadratic equation. You think, okay, I'll just put it into factors. So you go through your factorisation, you think, what equals minus 2? Well, it's either minus 2 times 1 or 2 times minus 1. You add them together and you go, this plus this is minus 1, this plus this is 1. Hang on a second, they don't add up to the middle, it can't be done. And you're right, you can't factorise this in the normal manner. The only way you can solve it is by using the quadratic formula. Now this is something you're going to get on your formula sheet, and what it says is x equals minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all divided by 2a. Now what's a, b and c? Well, back up here, which I just rubbed out, ax squared, and we should write in lowercase, how's that? So you've got ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. That's your a, that's your b, that's your c. Again, take into account whatever the symbol is. So that's a positive 1, so that a there is 1. That b is plus 3. That c is minus 2. So all you're doing is you're putting those numbers into that formula and you get two answers. The two answers are minus b minus all of that and minus b plus all of that. So if I wrote that out twice to give you both answers, you would have that's one answer. And the other answer, or x equals minus b minus the square root b squared, whoops, minus 4ac all over 2a. So they would be your two answers. Okay, so let's do that for this equation. We'll get two answers. We would have x equals minus, that's our b, minus 3, plus or minus the square root b squared, well what's 3 times 3 is 9, minus 4 multiplied by a, or a there is 1, there's one lot of x squared, multiplied by c, well c is minus 2. I'm going to put that in brackets so you don't forget to multiply minus multiplied by minus, and that's going to give you a plus, all over 2 multiplied by 1, which is just 2, so that's 2 times 1. So this will simplify to minus 3 plus or minus 9 minus minus is a plus. 4 times 1 times 2 is 8, so we get 9 minus 8, well, sorry, 9 plus 8 because minus 1. 9 plus 8 is root 17, all divided by 2, and that's a perfectly good answer. You don't have to write out the two answers unless the question says what are the actual two answers, in which case you would get your calculator and you would give 3 plus root 17 over 2, or, and then again press on your calculator, 3 minus root 17 over 2 as your two values of x, and you solved it. And you're done. G'day again. Back to do just one more. So let's make up an equation. We're going to use the quadratic formula. So let's look at 1 x squared plus 2x minus 7 equals 0. Now you can just look at that and know you have to use that, because you can think, okay, what are the only two numbers I can use to multiply to give, even forgetting the negative, to give a 7? Well, 7 and 1. And there's no way, addition is 8, subtraction you get 6. So there's no way you can get 1 and a 7 to get anywhere near 2. So you're stuck. You have to use the quadratic formula to solve it. So just rub that out. And let's solve it using the quadratic formula. So we're going to get x equals minus b. Our b is plus 2. So we're going to get minus 2 plus or minus the square root, b squared, 2 times 2 is 4, minus 4 multiplied by 1, because there's a 1 there for the a, multiplied by the c is minus 7. I'll put it in brackets so we don't lose the minus, all divided by 2 multiplied by a, which is a is 1, so 2 times 1. Simplify that and that's your answer. So you get minus 2 plus or minus 4 minus minus is a plus, so 4 plus 4 sevens are 28. 28 plus 4 is 32. All divided by 2. Now you can simplify that. If you get that in an exam, you can simplify root 32 down so that you haven't got as big a root in your answer, and that's a good thing to do. As you get up higher in mathematics, if you're left an answer like that, knowing that you can get a 2 in there, a 2 in there, and a 2 in there, you'd actually probably get half marks. So let's just simplify that root of 32. Well, what's a square that goes into 32? Well, 4 does. Well, actually, 16 does. If we put 16 in there, what's 16 plus 16 is 32. The root, well, you'll be able to take 4 out. So let's put 16 in there, and we'll actually have, we'll change this. I'll say that's equal to 16 multiplied by 2. And if we take out the root 16, what's the square root of 16? 4. So that 4 will come out, and we'll get minus 2 plus or minus 4 root 2. The root 2 still stays inside, and that comes out as a 4. And then we have that over 2. So now we're going to cancel this, and this will become a 2. And we'll end up with minus 1 plus or minus 2 root 2. Nothing on the bottom. And so you get a much simpler answer, and you get higher marks. And you're done.